Okay, so I'm just going to be making sure that I rank all of the Free Houses characters based on my experiences in maddening mode, no new game plus, and just ranking the characters based off of that criteria. I'll be just going over playable characters. Every other character I don't really care about, I'll just be using my pre-time skip character. Anyway, Edelgard first, S tier. She has Raging Storm on a mere Scale Force. It means that she gets a second action after using it. Uses like 4 durability of the weapon, so it's not like amazing. It's like insane, but it's not like a great, because the Garfium is hard to get in her route more so than others. Because the only way to get it is by breaking the shield on a Titanus, which there's only going to be 3 Titanus in Crimson Flower without like Sutras and shit. And they can give you like varying degrees of a Garfium, and it's like the third to last chapter when you fight Cornelia. And also, the other way to get it is from the giant worms in the desert, and they're kind of a pain to get that mission. I like spent the entire time skip trying to get one, it never happened. Maybe you just can't get in time skip because it's in Kingdom territory. I don't think that's how it works though. But yeah, apart from that, Imperial lineage. Also same thing with like Bile, Claude, and Dimitri. They're like 1.2 times bonus experience, which is just good in general. Dimitri gets battalion ref advantage. I think he's above Edelgard. There we go. He gets battalion ref advantage. Basically means that battalion ref plus battalion advantage, which means that he can counter attack before an enemy initiates their attack. So he attacks first on enemy phase, and battalion ref gives him plus 50 crit on enemy phase, right? If you give him a Killer Lance plus or a Woe Dow plus a battalion, that gives him extra crit, then he's basically always going to like have a 100% crit chance on enemy phase and always crit kill the enemy before they attack him. Give him retribution, then he can also do that to archers, mages, even bolting mages and stuff like that. He can't attack Edelgard in the final chapter. Retribution doesn't work on her for heaven knows why. I guess so you don't choose the chapter. But it's still really good. It basically kills every other enemy except for stuff like that. Yeah, so he's just really good. Claude's next. Oh, by the way, all these 3 have like 4. Get a skill after the time skill. I'll talk about that in a moment. But Claude gets the least interesting stuff out of the 3. Fellaini gives him a free dodge on the next phase that an opponent attacks him, not for the next entire enemy phase, just the next attack he'll always dodge. But he does have the best class. He gets Barbarossa, which is a flying bow unit, which is arguably better than most of the stuff that the other characters have over him. I'm not going to put him above Edelgard and Dimitri because I just think I have Claude bias. But no, he's just really good. Does a heap of damage. He usually outspeeds, even in maddening. He can double, except for like assassins, which no one outspeeds and doubles. Because they're kind of insane. Same thing with Falcon Knights. But no, apart from that, he's like really good. I can't ever see a reason to not use Claude. Unless of course you can't use him. Female Bath, I think, goes above Claude, sadly. But only female Bath. Male Bath goes below. Female Bath gets access to Pegasus Knight for Darting Blow, something that hinders Claude. He can't get Darting Blow because Pegasus Knight is exclusive to females, which gives you plus 6 attack speed. You should know what that is if you play enough Free Houses to be playing Maddening. Female Bath just gets a lot more because of Darting Blow. She gets better access to certain things. Of course, you can get like quicker post on male Bath to make up for the speed, but only on enemy phase, and female Bath is usually just going to be better. No, I do think Claude's better. If you, all the time skip abilities, Dimitri gets plus 15 avoid and hit if he's at full health, so he gets confidence from Ferdinand, which is really good. Just makes him more likely to dodge if he doesn't kill. Makes him more likely to hit, especially if someone's got like Lance Breaker. It's just good to have more hit all around. Edelgard gets some deducibility, but magic side, so she gets plus 4 res, or plus 6. I think it's plus 4. Res if she waits on the enemy phase. If she waits on her turn instead of attacking or trading. No, I don't know if trading does it, but yeah, if she just waits, like if wait ends your turn, then she gets plus 6 res or plus 4 res, whatever it is. It's pretty shit. Claude gets pass, and no one ever basically uses pass. It's niche. You almost forget you have it most of the time, but it gets you out of a couple quick, like stiff situations with him, and also it's really good for warp skipping things because you don't need to worry about enemies getting in your way as you fly past him. He's basically like can go anywhere on the map with a combination of flying and flying and pass, and also having like Lysithia always on his team, which is like the best warp unit. Just because her magic growth is insane. Not saying it, she's S tier. Yeah, and Byleth and Female Byleth both get just straight up damage plus 2. Yeah, so they're all the S tier characters just straight up. I'm not going to put Lysithia in S. I'm only going to put these in S, otherwise I'm going to get yelled at. Lysithia is just great. She's the highest magic stat growth in the whole game, except for Constance. Constance is equal with her, I think. But she just gets access to dark magic things like Dark Spikes, Luna, Hades. She gets access to Seraphim, and Warp is a great utility spell. But apart from just like killing things, she has Warp, and apart from that, she doesn't have as a lot of utility or uniqueness to her. Like before you need to think if you want to make her a damage unit or you want to make her a warp unit, which means that you rather have to like put her damage at sacrifice, like her potential like as an offensive unit at sacrifice, or you have to like sacrifice what is the longest warp range to maximize. Because obviously, if you want to like maximize her as a damage dealing unit, I'd recommend like as an offensive unit, I'd recommend Valkyrie because you get the dark magic range plus 1. But then you also can get 1 warp instead of 2, where if you were priest or Gremory, I'd say Gremory is a better option. Then you get the better utility because you have 2 warps. You also get more spells like 6 dark spikes and 4 lunas instead of 2. So I usually put her in Gremory for the extra magic. Valkyrie can be real good, and so can Darkfly. She just doesn't get any like other skills except for Transmuting Kanto, like all units do. We'll just go in order now. Ferdinand Von Ire. I don't know. I'm not going to mark them based off the like accessibility advice. Like these pretty all go down because they are only accessible in their own routes. Ferdinand has that problem where you can't get a B support with him, so he's a lot harder. Also, he wants like heavy armor, so he's a pain in the ass to recruit. But I'm not going to look at recruitment because that's indifferent to me. Confidence, just straight up great ability. Like I said, with Dimitri plus 15, hit and avoid is amazing as a unit. Dodging and hitting, you can do dodge tank Von Ire with like sword avoid plus 20 from Dancer, but then you're sacrificing Dancer, so I don't really like that. But he does get access to Swift Strikes, which like utilizes his crest really well. Like his crest proc rate, I'm not too sure of, but like attacking twice in a row with a chance to negate enemy attack with that counter attack. Plus he has like axes, like a proficiency in axes, so he's more likely to be able to get a death blow and then go into Wyvern Lord and just kind of kill with Swift Strikes. Swift Strikes is just one of the best things in this game that make our lances worth using, and I'd basically say it Ferdinand and Sylvain and Zedith will all go into A tier just off Swift Strikes. Like Swift Strikes makes units that won't double always double. Brave Combat Arts are heavy carries, but I'm not gonna like put every unit in A tier or S tier because hey, they get access to Hunter's Volley if they go into Sniper. That's stupid, but it's just this is a part of their kit, Swift Strikes, so Ferdinand just gets to go into A because damn Swift Strikes is busted. Hubert. Don't know where I'm putting you in B. He's basically just slightly worse, less iffy. He's a male unit, so he gets dicked over with magic classes, like heavily. He doesn't get access to Grimoire. His best endgame class is Dark Knight, which I don't like. He doesn't get access to like Valkyrie, which would heavily help him. But what he does get is he gets like Maya, which is like his godsend because like it lowers enemies' defense by like 6, which allows all your physical units to basically just destroy them. That's Hubert's only saving grace, Maya. Everything else he's got is like rather better with Lysithia because Lysithia has like Dark Sparks, Miasma, so on and so forth, Hades. So basically he's like worse Lysithia, but exclusive. Also, his personal isn't anything to like be happy about. It's like just only damage that boosts, not accuracy, and he doesn't get the best charm. Lynn is A tier. He's the best healing unit, but not for healing. He's the best like magic utility unit. He has warp, which I already told you why works good. He has access to Restore, which can get rid of the rattled status from Gambits, which is really nice. Like just getting rid of rattled status is just real good. He and Mercedes are like the main two that get Restore. But yeah, he's just good for utility. He gets like Excalibur and some other spells that don't really matter because you're only just going to use him to heal every turn. And if he's not healing, then he's not particularly good, but he's really great at utility, so he'll probably stay in A tier, although not the top. I don't like Casper. I think like D tier is too bad for him. C. Casper has Born Fighter, which is like minus 20 enemy avoid when he's like adjacent to them, which is really good. But apart from that, everything about him's bad. He has like horrible dex and luck, so his accuracy is always shaky, even with Born Fire. What he can do is you can like put it next to someone and then have someone else attack them, so like they have lowered accuracy, especially Pegasus Knights, Falcon Knights, and like Drawn to Field Ingrid being a menace. He's really good at like dealing with stuff like that, but like not by himself, by like helping others. Your best thing is like put him into War Master and then go back, like get him good Post, then go back into like Grappler and like spam Fierce Iron Fist. Or you can do like War Master's Strike, or if you want to be like weird, I did a Wrath Battalion Wrath Vantage build on him that did really well, except against like demonic beasts and shit that had like 1 billion health that couldn't like be one shot by him, but he's like okay, not great though. He's kind of a meh unit to me. I'm not going to put Bernadetta in A. I want to. Everyone's going to slander me if I don't. Like people are going to say like she's S or she's D. I'm going to put her in B. Vengeance is a gimmick. It's not a bad gimmick. It's not overrated. Vengeance is busted as fudge. But she does like insane damage with Vengeance. She can like one-shot the Death Knight if she has it and she's on 1 health, which is absolutely insane. She can kill things with like a training lance on the later game. You can like put her into Falcon Knight. Oh, that's a pain because she has evading swords. And just watch her kill things with Vengeance. Like I said, Vengeance is a gimmick though, and that doesn't mean then you need to like preserve her really hard. Persecution Complex is a +6 damage if she's not at 100% health. And she can like lose 100% health by just getting a level up with plus HP or just giving her a stat boost item to hold in battle and then using it on the first turn. And then just don't heal her. And she'll always have Persecution Complex. She's not strong, she's not fast, she has horrible magic as well, so she's never going to be like, particularly good outside of Vengeance spam or like Hunter's Volley spam. I guess, but she can also like suck at that because of her strength. Your best vow, like if you're gonna go over, is like make her spam vengeance. But she does get like good bow utility with them and closer. She's like one of the 2 units getting closer. The other one is Claude, which just stops the enemy from like moving their turn. It's like a better banshee. So yeah, it just gives them minus. It just gives them like 0 move. That it basically makes them rattled minus the doesn't drop your stats. So like she's B, I guess. I want to put her in like A, but like I said, there's too many counter arguments to her being good. Trophy is also C. She's not good at anything. She's not bad at anything. She has media. Don't tell me that's good. It's good for gambit boosts and what's it called? Linked attacks. But apart from that, she's nothing special. She hasn't got like great magic growth. She hasn't got great strength. She has quite shit strength growth. Her personal songstress thing, like plus 20% health to adjacent allies is fine unless you have like next to Bernadetta that she heals Bernadetta and then you want to die inside. Anyway, but yeah, she's fine. I like the hat though. Hat's pretty cool. She gets like rally drama really early, which is plus 8 charm, which basically will make all your gambits hit early game. She's fine, not great. Yeah. I always have weird experiences with Petra. I have experiences where she like will get no attack, like in my current Crimson Flower playthrough. She has got like 0 strength levels up since I put her into Wyvern Lord. She's just sitting at like the base strength number for Wyvern Lord qualification. She like every time I put her into like a new class, she just got that class's base strength, but she's not level up her own strength for once, which is just unlucky on my behalf. But she's always got like speed, so she like dodges everything but can't hit anything. Well, she can, but she like doesn't do any damage. So, but in the occasion where I've seen other people use her, she's always real good. Usually gets strength level ups, unlike me. But no, she's like built for a Wyvern Lord, or Falcon Knight, depending on what you feel like. I personally do Wyvern Lord because there's less like investment, and you're probably gonna be training her in axes anyway to get Death Blow. So, might as well just go all in on the Wyvern Lord investment. Of course, now I've just said like you should have 3 Wyvern Lords. Everyone should go on a Wyvern Lord. Don't do that. Battalions, 4th line units are limited. But yeah, so but that's what she's pushing you to. Like, why she wants to be a Wyvern Lord in the end, or an assassin. I'd go Wyvern Lord because it can help with her strength problems. The do. I'll put him in A. Bottom of A, top of B. Go top of B. He's just really solid. He gets vengeance as well. A lot of people don't know that, but he does get vengeance if you train him in lances. I think he gets it like a lot later than Bernadetta does, but he does get it. And he does a lot of damage with it if you have him at low health, and you can keep him at low health if he's only being attacked by physical units, because he'll just take it because he's an absolute beast with his defense. Apart from that, he doesn't perform. He also gets like armored strike or whatever it is. It uses his defense to calculate damage. It's an axe combater. It's basically just made for to do. It's basically his hero's relic. Armored blow, armored strike, and vengeance is also real good on him. He's gonna die if like any magic unit touches him. You're probably gonna send him down armored knight. That's his preferred thing. You can also send him down like grappler, fierce iron fist, and then like put him in war master for quick riposte if you really want to. I prefer to just send him down armored 9, I guess, and just make him block stuff, and then like have him armored strike or vengeance kill things. But hey, it works what it works like. Felix is known to be good in all respects of his appearances. The Shield of Aegis isn't great on him. I would put it on someone else because you don't want to like be weighing down Felix to make him so he doesn't double. He doesn't get access to darting blow, so he's not going to be doubling as much in maddening, which is sad. He should get access to darting blow. Why are there class locks anyway? But solid. You can keep him in whatever you want to keep him in. But yeah. You can put him in whatever you want to put him in. And I'm not gonna judge you for it. He's really good. He will proc to like the Crest of Darius. It's +5 damage whenever he does. It's like a 40% chance, so he's really hard to do it. You can put him in like gauntlets to activate it more often. I just recommend leaving him in like Assassin, not Sword Fighter. Assassin's just better than Sword Fighter. Astra is bad. But he's really good. Just like, he also gets like a boon in bows, so you can get like Curve Strike really fast because he doesn't start off with it, and you like want Curve Shot because everyone's basically been using bows in maddening, or like have bows as a secondary weapon so they can like Curved Shot Falcon Knights and get 2 range or 3 range. So don't put him in Mortal Savant. Mortal Savant is like more of a meme thing for him. Ash is D. I hate to do it to you, Ash, but you suck. You're like walking chest and door key, man, and that's basically all you're really good at. Like, you can put him in sniper and, you know, Hunter's volley things to death. That's the best he's gonna get. Maybe Wyvern Lord. You can put him in Wyvern Lord. He has boons to get to there, but he's not great. People say he's one of the worst. I've had people say that he's the worst unit in Free Houses, which is a lie because of somebody. But we'll get there when we get there. But no, there's just nothing particularly good to say about him. He doesn't get like anything in particular. I want to put him in S like I do with Lysith here, but I'm not going to. I think he's there. Anyway, actually I'll make another tier. What? No, I want to put an S but can't. I'm not going to put Felix in there. There's a couple of others that will probably go in here. Sylvain is just Philanderer for starters. He's amazing. +2 damage, -2 damage taken when he's standing next to a female unit. And there are a lot of female units in this game that you'll use, particularly female Byleth. You can also synergize him with Leone, who does the exact same thing, but when next to a male unit. So you can just have him like stand next to each other, and that doesn't benefit each other. You can also have him like stand next to Hilda, if you recruit Hilda, and then or if you already have her and you recruit Sylvain, and he'll just get like +5 damage, which is just kind of insane. You can put him next to Flame as well, +5 damage reduction. Also he gets Swift Strikes, which just instantly makes him better than Sylvain because he gets Swift Strikes with a Hero's Relic, and he has a better personal, in my opinion. He's accessible in every route, which I'm going to put him up for, even though I just said I wasn't going to base off of accessibility. This is one difference. He's accessible like Chapter 1 or 2 every single route, because if you're female buff at least, he'll always insta join a class if you ask him. So yeah, he is really good. Also, he has like supports with like Felix and Ingrid that give him like plus damage. So Mercedes. People are going to complain if I don't put her in A. I'm not going to. No. She's just a healer. That's it. Don't tell me Live to Serve's good. She'll die if she gets attacked in maddening, unless it's like by a mage. Maybe she'll survive. She's just good at healing. She gets like all the healing spells, including Fortify. I don't particularly like Fortify sometimes, because like sometimes it's real good because like heal your group, and other times you'll heal people that you don't want to have at full health. Like I think you want to have like real low health. Like if you're vengeancing with these two, or you want to not be at full health for a skill like Wrath or Vantage or something like that. Other times it's like, okay, all your enemies are low, like all your allies are low because you just got hit by like, a demonic beast AoE and you need to heal, and she's got like Fortify and will do it. She's got Restore like Lynn, which means that she can like get rid of rattled status and stuff like that. I just think that Leonard's better because of Warp. So, also he's got the more interesting spell list. And that's the Rally Bot. I'm not going to put her up because she's a Rally Bot. I'm going to put her in A, bottom of B. She's a real good Rally Bot. She comes with Rally Strength, basically. It's built into her personal, which is really good, just having Rally Strength off the bat. That's like +4 damage on any physical unit. It can also lower weapon weight, which it will increase AS. Like going to be like doubling the start of editing, or like any point through editing. But it can stop you from getting doubled sometimes, and also can help you cross damage thresholds. She also get like Rally Speed, I believe, later, and like Rally Res maybe. I forget exactly what her res skills are, but I'm pretty sure it's like Strength and Speed. But she's a pretty good Rally Bot, not the best. She does pretty good in Wyvern Lord and Dark Knight, or whatever you feel like putting her in. There's arguments for multiple places to put her in. But yeah, she's fine. Not a great unit, not bad. Just kind of run of the mill. Ingrid, I don't feel like you should be here. That feels a bit better for you, Hubert. Maybe even like top of B tier. Ingrid. She's probably there. She has a 35 strength and magic growth, which is pretty bad. 35 strength is the same as Bernadetta. And 35 magic is also pretty bad. She doesn't do anything particularly well except for be really fast and avoidy and a pain as an enemy unit. She has Ashes to Lewin, which its combat art scales with speed, which is Burning Quake. Cool, I guess. It makes her actually do damage. But apart from that, she like doesn't particularly do anything unless you like get some good levels or invest strength stat boosters into her. Which means that she's like a high investment to be good sometimes. If she gets those good levels up, then cool. Apart from that, she can kind of be annoying to train. But yeah, so also Lady Knight. Oh, that probably puts her up like the do, I'd say. Because like that's actually just plus accuracy and damage on canvas, which is really nice at the start of editing. Yeah, Lady Knight makes it better. Yeah. Tysus, Versus, whatever you want to call him. Versus gives you extra range when you get it. Lawrence gives you it. He has 45 in both strength growths. I never have Lawrence turn out good. He always turns out shit to me for some reason. Even in the current Gold Deer run that I just lastly did, and the one that I'm also doing right now, I'm doing multiple runs at the same time because sometimes I'll get a bit bored of one round. Anyway, I can't put him above B. I see people put him above B all the time. I can't do it myself because he always just ends out bad. Distinguished House is really good. +2 damage just because you have a battalion equipped is really nice. But Distinguished House, I think it's called. But he's not ever been good for me. He like obviously wants to be a Dark Knight, which fair, but I'd rather just have someone be Paladin if they're going to be a physical unit. And he kind of wants to be both, and I think of Dark Knight more as just like a magic class, and then Paladin is like a physical horse class. Also, arguably, you're just going to put Tysus on, or Versus on your actual magic units, kind of like Lysithea and that if you're using her as a physical unit. Hubert, if you're playing through Crimson Flower. They're usually on him, if you're going him through Paladin at least. But, yeah, I don't know. I never found him good, though. Hey, Ash has a friend. At least Casper has a good personal. Raphael doesn't. I'm putting him above Ash. He's slow as hell, so he's also gonna get like doubled. Imagine he has like no res, unless you make him like Holy Knight Raph, which is a pretty good thing. Apart from that, he's never gonna be particularly good. He doesn't have a crest. He doesn't get a relic. When you're anything particularly strong, his paralog's mediocre rewards. He wants to go down War Master and get Quick Riposte, but his accuracy is always going to be horrible, even if he does get Quick Riposte. I don't know, man. Like, he's just kind of bad unless you like Holy Knight Raph. That's like ascended. I'm the one that started that meme in the FED community. At least I helped start it. Anyway, Big Nuts. He is a net level higher. Is he actually going to be in B or A? Start of the game, I'd say he's S. Like, he's in this tier at the start of the game, but he drops off later. I'm going to put him, like, top of B. Yeah, let's put him in there. Start of the game, he has Watchful Eye, so that's hit plus 20 just as a personal, which means he'll basically always hit early game, especially, like, even if you're doing long-range pot shots with Curve Shot, with Curve Shot's extra accuracy plus Watchful Eye's extra accuracy, and then you can get, like, hit plus 20 from Archer, which you'll probably go into, then you have like are always going to hit. Plus, I'm pretty sure that Watchful Eye affects Gambit rates. At least in my experience, it does. So he'll also be like reliably hitting Gambits at the start of Maddening with hit plus 20 as a personal, which is amazing. And later, when you train him in like Authority, he gets like access to plus strength, like rally strength, speed, and dexterity, which means that you like get more hit rate, more and faster, and hit harder just from him gambiting you. He also gets like all the debuff bow skills. He gets like breaking shot, which like lowers the opponent's strength with defense. He gets waning shot, which like lowers res or magic. He gets like a heap of like debuff and buff skills. He's just really good at like slowing down enemies and like making them worse and making your allies like better. He's really good at that. He's great. Marianne, I'm gonna biasly put her in A. Probably bias. She's a good mix between an offensive mage and a healer. Obviously, she's intended to be the healer of the Golden Deer route. Shocks there, but she does really good as an offensive mage and also a dancer, depending on like what you'll do with her. She makes actually great use of Dark Flyer, if you're the DLC. She makes great use of Dark Flyer, one of her better classes if you are going to make her an offensive mage. Which she does really well compared to like being an actual heal class. I normally recruit Lynn out of House or Mercedes as a healer and put her into an offensive mage role because she just does so much damage with things like 4-on, she gets Blizzard. Those are the main two you need to know about. But yeah, so maybe she gets like whatever the ice magic is. It starts with F. Constance gets it as well. I think she might get it, but I'm not too sure. She also gets Silence, which just stops enemy mages from casting spells. She's not better than that. And Animal Friend's pretty shitty though. Like animals units that are mounted get like health recovery. It's pretty bad. Hilda. Yes. Hilda gets access to Wyvern Lord really easily. She gets access to Pegasus Knight really easily. She's fast. She's strong. Her personal is absolutely great. Plus 3 damage to any adjacent male allies. She boosts Sylvain, Claude, male Bile if using him, Felix. She like boosts everybody. Claude even more because like she has like I think a special bonus with Claude, like the weird things like Sylvain does with Felix and stuff. Pretty sure she does because she's like a retainer to Claude, like how Hubert and Edelgard do it, and Bile and all the Lords do it. I think that Hilda does it with Claude. Pretty sure at least. But yeah, her personal is amazing. You put it in Wyvern, she gets even more access. You can make her a magic unit, I don't know why you would, but she gets access to bolting that way, which means like she can always do like linked attacks, which is pretty cool. But you're mainly just going to put her in like Wyvern Lord and watch her destroy things with like Axe Fair, Canto. Yeah, she just does really well in like flying unit. It's like a flying unit mainly, offensive flying axe unit in Wyvern Lord. Although she doesn't have a boon in flying, but that's what you gotta trade her with anyway. I'm not gonna pull Leonie with. She doesn't have. Oh, she gets point blank volley. No. Sylvain's just better because of other things like his hero's relic engine. Leonie, like, she has opposite of Philandra. She has rivalry, which is Philandra, but boosts her when she's near a male unit instead of when she's near a female. She also gets access to point blank volley, which is a brave combatter like Swift Strikes, but it's with a bow, and it's at like one range, so when you're right next to it, like point blank range, as the combatter implies. And she gets it not until like A bows, which is also when everyone gets Swift Strikes, which is like a pain, but she's still like really, really good. She's fast. She usually gets good strength growths as well. Lance Jab does like damage based off her speed, which is always going to be nice. Yeah, just a solid unit. She's like really good outside of her house as well. She's not there. I think she's slightly worse than Hilda because of utility. Seteth. He goes in a. He has Hilda's skill but worse, where he lowers all female damage taken, I believe. He reduces female damage taken by 3 or something. Maybe he boosts female damage by 3. In that case, he's still here, regardless of what his personal is, because he gets Swift Strikes. He's Ferdinand but better. Basically, every way he's just Ferdinand but better. Except for Dodge Tank Von Ire, which isn't set of specialty, but he starts in Wyvern Rider. He gets access to Swift Strikes. He has a crest with like a 40-30% chance of activating because it's a major crest. Because, you know, he used Keyhole. Spoiler alert. But yeah, so Seteth is just a really good unit. Also, he comes like base leveled, so he doesn't suffer like have had bad level ups until this moment because he just starts off at like a really good level. He's really good as a unit. You should not underestimate Seteth. You haven't used him, which you might not have, because he's a late recruit, but you should use Seteth. He's really good. Fellaini. She has rescue. I never use her because she comes really low leveled. And she comes in Priest. She hasn't got any other skills mastered. She can go instantly into Pegasus Knight, but she's never going to be like really fast anyway because she's going to be a mage. She just like doesn't do anything particularly well, nor particularly bad. Like she doesn't get physics, but she wants to be a healing unit. And physics is basically like essential for a good healing unit. She has Fortify, but I don't care. She has Rescue though. She comes with like Rescue at base or something, or maybe she like gets it real quick. But she's really good with Rescue. Like Rescue's like a great skill. It's anti-warp. Instead of pushing things away, it brings things towards, which is really nice. Rescue is cool. It's not as cool as warp, but it's really useful in some situations. So, but she doesn't back herself up with anything. Like she gets Excalibur, which can be like good on Falcon Knights, but like why would you just use a bow? Henneman is like, see, I don't know what Hanneman does, I've rarely used him, because the first time I used him, he kind of went doo-doo. I hear like Magic Bow Hanneman is like really good. So I'll take your word for it. Sure, he's good. But is he better than like Vengeance Spam? Or like a one-shotting with magic in most cases? Or is he like warping? No. He's not. He's not the best unit. He's not bad. I'm going to put him above Casper. But I'm like, I never use him because he's like, one, he's a late game recruit because of his level requirement, which is you're basically never going to use him. Let's have his paralog. He's not particularly appealing unit, at least. Unless you're like memeing with like War Master Hanneman, I guess. My mother's in a similar situation, but she gets warp. She's like not good at anything. She's like got bad strength and magic growths. She doesn't know what she wants to be. She doesn't know if she wants to be a magic unit or a physical unit. She wants to be a trickster after the DLC. I'm saying she wants to be a trickster after the DLC, but once again, that's a niche thing that she wants to do. There are better tricksters. Yuri. She's just average. Also, you don't want to. Also, her personal like crit avoid up is shit. Quite frankly, just use other units. She could be like nichely used as a warper, but her magic is never going to be high enough to like do it better than the other 3 warpers that I'm going to be putting on this list, 2 of which I've already stated, Lynn and Lysithia. We'll get the other units out, the other like these guys out, Ashen Wolves, the other students out of the way real quick. I'm just putting them in D, they aren't in D. Yuri is B. He's not going to be particularly strong, but he's going to be fast. He has great charm, great speed, but he's not going to be ever particularly strong. His strength is in that weird range where it should turn out good, but sometimes it doesn't. But he's always going to be like really fast. He's a good trickster, although I think he usually makes like a better assassin or a better yeah, maybe assassin or trickster, I guess. Some people would have been Water Savant because that's funny, but I don't find it funny. Bolfus, more like Boldfus. He's also B, I hate him as a unit sometimes because his dex sucks. His dex and luck means that he like never hits. King Grappling's epic, though. It's like a great skill, like +6 strength and defense when you're lower than 50. You can like couple that with like Vantage and Wrath and other things to just boost damage. He's fine. I have to mandatorily put Constance up here. She's not as high as someone else I'm about to do, but she's basically black magic Lysithia. And her personal's also nice. Don't think she's better than Seth, actually. But yeah. She'll be a Dark Flyer, which you'll fit into very well. She gets access to bolting, so, you know, but she doesn't have as many supports as other units because she's a DLC unit, so that kind of stuff is there. But apart from that, her personal can give her, like, +3 attack, or it might just give her +3 defense, which can suck. Because I'd rather just usually get the attack bonus, but hey, what can I do? Also, she gets, like, the best flying magic battalion in the game, even in her paralog. Basically, she's like Lysithia, but black magic. She's just going to be hitting really hard, basically always killing, but these drives her strikes with better crests, in my opinion. She's like the Crescent, which like means she might not use magic uses, but yeah, it's very inconsistent, and hey, it's not as good as people say. We're like, hey, it's bolting and stuff. Happy is what I want to put in S. Now, yes, Happy. Oh, she can get bad magic growths, but she also has like warp, physics. She gets access to dark magic spells, which, if I've already said, dark magic is really good. Banshee, in particular, is really good on her because it can like lower opponents' movement, which can help her protect other allies. But like warp and physics on one unit, like Lynn, is really nice. Her personal can be used to like bait bosses into attacking her, and you can like make her hold the Zero shield, and like they will just continue to attack her, and she can like block with the Zero shield sometimes. And like particularly like last map of Silver Snow, those magic like the white beasts use magic for their attack, and she has pretty good res. So you can like make her hold a Zero shield or a talisman shield, and she'll just like take the attacks, because they'll always attack her, and you can just repetitively heal her as they attack her, and she'll always hit them back with super effective damage because of her personal. So she's using an efficient beta. Also, like that means that you don't need to like waste gambits to break shields in one attack, because she'll just always do it. Although some sick employee gave her Seraphim, which doesn't stack with her ability, so she just has Seraphim, which is effective against monsters by herself, along with her personal. Some sick person did that to her. Okay, Gilbert Jill Bay. I guess he's above Monweiler. He's not great, he's not bad. You can put him into like, take him out of Armor Knight and put him into like Wyvern Lord. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't want to do that, then put him in the Grappler and get him the Master Fierce Iron Fist. You can get him Quick Riposte, and that will help as well. Like, but I'd just say like make him Grappler, teach him Fierce Iron Fist, and that will like help. It won't help with his accuracy. His accuracy is always going to be bad, but doing that to him at least makes him better. I have no idea what his personal is. It's probably bad. Or inconsequential, because I've never seen it like, probably has never benefited me in my life. I really need to check some of these characters' personals. Eloise I do know. Oh, it's pretty there. Actually, no, you're in D. You're in D tier, you're not Eloise. You're worse than Raph, in my opinion. His personal is Rally Luck, and luck helps with accuracy and crit rates in the game, despite the game telling you it just does a variety of things. That's the main things that it does. Determines your hit, crits, and crit avoid rates, which is why units like Ignatz with a lot of dexterity and luck get high crit rates. Same thing with Ash, but Ash is kind of doo-doo because he doesn't have like hit plus 20 and rally utility. Eloise just kind of bad though. He'll like start off as warrior, which isn't particularly good for him. He'll want to go like War Master or reclass into Grappler or Wyvern Lord. Then you'll like want to teach him Quick Riposte or something. He's never going to be a good unit because of how late you have to recruit him. But he's never going to be like worse than somebody. Anyway, I never really used Catherine. I've used her like once or twice. She's like okay. She's really good earlier game, like really good early game. But late game, she just kind of falls off and just kind of becomes bad. She's not worse than Yuri. So she is worse than Yuri late game. Her personal is just defensive Felix. She doesn't have a battalion. Then she gets +5 defense, which is just worse than Felix. That's the general statement. Felix, but worse. But she does give you Thunderbrand. And Thunderbrand's really good. Like, Thunderbrand's S tier. But her, she's fine, I guess. She's also with the Swordmaster, which is why she's so good earlier. Shamir. I'm gonna just say, she does start off in Sniper, unfair advantage. Sniper's really good to start off with as a base. Her personal, which gives her like plus something in every stat when she gets a kill. Well, people say it's useless, but if you just dance her, then she gets full benefit of it. Also, she gets the benefit of an enemy face, which she won't feel as well. But if you just dancer. That she does really well. She doesn't have a crash. Her person, like I said, she doesn't do anything great, but she'll become a great, like, crit hunter's volley machine. And I just said I wouldn't judge people because everyone goes hunter's volley, but she starts off in sniper. And also, she's just always going to be a solid unit. She doesn't fall off. And maybe I'm biased, but she's not better than Hunt. If I'm going to put Setup there, I'm going to put her and Constance. That looks better to me, I guess. That looks fairer. People shit on my man Zero. Damn, I hate you as a character, Zero, but you're actually good as a unit. Your personal shit, actually. But you're really good as a unit otherwise. He gets Vengeance. Like, and I've just, I've ranked these two based on Vengeance, so why should I buy him based on Vengeance? But he also gets point blank volley at, like, C bows. Which is stupid. You can basically get him to C bows when you recruit him. He, like, comes with, like, point blank volley, brigand certification, has the ability to become a bow knight, which isn't as good as sniper, or, like, a Wyvern Lord. So you get to put him in Wyvern Lord with, like, point blank volley and vengeance, and just go to town on things. He's actually bonkers if you recruit him as soon as you can, which is like when you get to level 10. He's just, or is it 15? It's one of the other, but he's insane. You should use Cyril. Don't sleep on Cyril. You should recruit him, use him. You usually won't regret it. Just make sure you reclass him early, otherwise he'll like drop off because, he's basic kind of shit and he'll auto level in Noble. Noble fuck, commoner. Because, like, IS hated him, I guess, just like everybody else. You guys aren't playable. I think after that, it's everyone. Yep, so these are the last two units. I'll save you for the last. Yaritsa. Putting him here. Here he goes, all the way up. His personal is like plus 10 hits. Not to the best, but he does get a heap of base skills. He gets Mastermind as a base, which means that he can like master skills twice as fast, and he can like likewise if he does. And slap a knowledge gem on him, he can like insta master things like really fast. He gets access to counterattack as a skill for mastering Death Knight, which allows him to attack from all ranges like Retribution on the Chalice of Beginnings. He has high bases. Surface area goal is like pretty good, I guess. He doesn't get access to Swift Strike, but that's fine. But yeah, the main thing is he gets counterattack. He starts off with Mastermind. He has so many ranks that he starts off with in base. You can instant put him into Brigand for our Death Blow. He basically has bow ranks to go into Archer if he hit plus 20. He just starts off with so many skills that you can just put him into almost everything. Also, he's the only male unit in the whole game to get Darting Boy. He has a budding talent in flying, which means that you can make him into a Wyvern Lord if you want. I don't know how many times I'm going to say Wyvern Lord. I'm at the end, basically. And he will just destroy units, basically. Darting Blow makes him like... Also, he has like insane speed growths, as well as strength growth. And with Darting Blow, he'll basically always double. Like, he's one of the endgame imagining units that will double. Probably not Assassins, though, because Assassins are stupid. But, yeah, he's really good. You should use Yaritsa if you play Crimson Flower. He's just really good. Anna. She's so bad. Her personal gives her plus luck. Like I said. She has like plus 4 luck. Well, let's just say I'm going to highball. She has plus 8 or something. has like +4 hit, maybe. I think that's how the formula works. It's like your dex and your luck divided by 2. I feel like that's wrong. Anyway, I'm not gonna act like I know it. She's just bad. She has no supports, so she'll never get linked attack bonuses. She'll never get like the full effect of a gambit boost. She has shit growth. She has like 35 in strength and then like 25 in magic. I don't know. That's wrong, I think. She gets rescue, but like, so does Constance. And Bernadetta and Flane, who are all better at it than her. And Bernadetta also gets pass. I think she also gets pass. Anna's just worse Bernadetta. Also, she has a Bane in authority with a high charm growth. Kind of like Hilda. But Hilda's good because she has good qualifications into Wyvern Lord. And can be worked on relatively easily. Anna, like, has Bane's in charm. Also, she's like doesn't have a hero's relic with her crest, and her crest activates quite often. But like I said, she's never gonna get supports. She doesn't have supports, which like heavily limits her. Like, let's out of these two, for who I think are like the worst in the game. I think an Aloysia actually might be worse. I think I underestimated my man out. I think I overestimated Aloysia. Maybe it's between these three. Yeah, we'll say it's between these three, I guess. But yeah, Anna's just bad, don't use her. Unless, like, you want to, I guess. Use whoever you want in this game, no one's particularly bad. Except for Anna, maybe. Did I miss anyone? Nope. Alright, that's everyone in Free Houses ranked on this tier list. My very bad, shitty tier list. Tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. And don't suggest the channel to another person because, well, quite frankly, these videos are bad. And I hope I didn't have myself muted this whole time, or otherwise I'll do something. Alright, I'll do something else with this game probably later. I'll probably rank classes or abilities. Yeah. Bye.